Well, welcome back. It's time for our Beyond the Podium segment, joined here with Nikki Budzinski, representative. Nikki, let's jump into it right away. First term, when you reflect on the accomplishments of the first term, what do you look back and you say, hey, really proud of this work that we did here for this Central Illinois community?
Well, I think when I went to Washington, I came to understand that people at home see it as this hyper-partisan place with a lot of political noise. But what I'm really proud of in our first term is that we've been able to cut through it to actually deliver some real results for Central and Southern Illinois. In particular, I would say, as we're here in Springfield, the part of being a part of bringing across to the finish line the designation of the 1908 race riot site here in Springfield as a national monument. It's something that I'm really proud to have worked with local stakeholders, Senator Durbin and Duckworth, who have been leading on this for many, many years prior to me getting to Congress, but to help them bring that across the finish line. This Wednesday, actually in downtown Springfield, we're going to be commemorating that national monument designation, which is just really exciting and something that I'm incredibly grateful that President Biden's administration actually signed into law under the Antiquities Act to make it a reality here in Springfield. So being a part of that has been truly an honor. But I would also say, I think for families in Central and Southern Illinois, it's about what have you delivered? How are we getting our fair share of federal resources back into the district? Really proud of the fact that we've helped to find investment in Pillsbury moving forward, a really important redevelopment project on the east side of Springfield, bringing back funding for CAP 1908 in downtown Springfield to invest in Black entrepreneurship here in Springfield. But it isn't just here in Springfield, it's really across Central Illinois. I often joke that I represent Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley, what it means is we were actually able to win one of 12 tech hub designations in the country. There were almost 600 applications for tech hubs. We won one of 12, which meant that we bring back $51 million of federal investment right here in Central Illinois to invest in biomanufacturing and fermentation. What that actually means is, because we grow so many corn and soybean here right in Central Illinois, we're taking that agricultural waste and repurposing that organic material to make things like yoga pants. It's actually a brand new industry that we're creating here in the district. Could be up to a $200 billion new industry. So these are the types of really exciting things that, even though I think folks at home see Washington as a place of a lot of political noise, we've been able to successfully cut through it to get these deliverables brought home here in Central Illinois.
Looking ahead, obviously, to a second term, a possible, another term, are these type of things that you're talking about, at the ground stage of certainly the future, the platform for, that you're running on for the second term? What does the second term, look like as far as what's on the horizon to accomplish?
Well, it is working on building on some of these successes, specifically the Silicon Valley, the new industry here in Central Illinois, doing everything I can to be a good partner to helping to elevate that and to make that fully realized as the potential opportunity that I believe it is. But it is continuing to bring back federal resources that benefit all of our community. I think a lot of that, though, goes to things like creating good paying jobs here in Central Illinois, how we're bringing infrastructure dollars back to Central Illinois. I was really proud we were able to get 3 different RAISE grants. One was a $22 million investment in a grade separation project for the village of Savoy. On the western part of the district, a $21 million RAISE grant for the city of Edwardsville. These are game changers for the communities that I'm so honored to represent. They create economic development, it's an investment in public safety, and good paying union jobs. And so those are the kind of successes that I want to continue to build on into a second term, and I'm looking forward to doing that.
When you talk about you versus your opponent, and you're asking people, obviously, get out and vote, come on out and show support, and make your voice heard. What do you think is the key that separates you versus your opponent, and why people should go in there and cast a vote for Nikki Budzinski?
Yeah, I've got real deliverable results that I can point to that have helped and benefited the communities of Central and Southern Illinois, the working families that I'm so proud to represent and advocate for. I think some of the important things I've done on the House Veterans Affairs Committee in particular, really helping to be a strong advocate for our veterans, The first bill that I got passed actually out of the House was a bipartisan bill to help cut through the red tape for our veterans looking to get access to the VA. It's one of the most important things that we get calls into our district offices on, is veterans looking for assistance in navigating the VA. The bill that I got out of the House would actually cut through some of that bureaucracy, making it a little bit easier for veterans to gain that access. You know, the other thing I'd want to point out is, serving on the House Veterans Affairs Committee, really tried to elevate the issues around women veterans. I think a lot of people don't realize that women are the fastest growing population within our veterans community. And with that comes special needs that they have, gender-based care for our VA hospitals and our CBOCs, making sure that those places have the resources they need to really care for our women veterans in the unique way that they deserve. Military sexual trauma is something that has really been brought to my attention, underreported, and something that I think we need to be tackling and doing more to support our women veterans in our country. So that's some of the really important work, the deliverables that I've been working on in this first term, and I think that's what really distinguishes me between myself and my opponent.
Yeah. Before we let you go, thank you so much for doing this and stopping by. I wanted to ask Central Illinois on the national level, right? Obviously, Illinois is a unique state where a lot of people say, you know, Central Illinois versus the northern part of Illinois and Chicago, and then talking about being represented in Washington, D.C. The values of people here in Central Illinois, when you bring that to Springfield, do you feel like the majority of Americans feel the way people in Central Illinois do, or is it one of those things that, hey, we're a unique bunch and our needs are very different from what maybe the rest of the country feels and needs?
I think that we have a lot in common. I think that we have a very common sense, pragmatic approach to our politics and our view of the world. I think it's more results driven and more about deliverables than it is about political noise. When I went to Washington, I felt like I went with a mission of being a workhorse, not a show horse. And I think those are the families of Central and Southern Illinois. They want to see what I'm working hard on to benefit them and their families' lives on a daily basis. And so those are the issues that I've really been focused on, that and bipartisanship. I'm really proud of the work I've been able to do to build relationships on both sides of the aisle. I think that's very Central and Southern Illinois. They want us to work together, and they recognize that we're not going to agree on everything, but we can find the areas that we can agree on, whether it's job creation, workforce development, investment in agriculture, agricultural research, getting a good bipartisan farm bill done. These are the kinds of things that I think bring us together, and I think that's kind of what we can share with a lot of other people in the country, is people really want to see more civility in our government, more common sense, and more deliverables.
Nikki, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Don't miss a video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel today for more Central Illinois news.